Hello Gemini, welcome to Gracie's Gamut. Today I'll be doing your love and relationships reading for the time period of March 7th to the 13th, 2022. Please remember that this is a general reading and is not a personal read. Take what's for you, leave the rest for whoever it may be meant for. Okay, I feel like starting out with some Dark Mirror Oracle. These are a little bit, we'll see how many pop out. If it's only 1, 2, I'll put them up there and they will be added, an addition, should I say, to your normal oracles. The dark mirrors sometimes can be rather dark. They can talk of, there we go, just one. They talk of sometimes just an individual or just a few people in the group. The child I was meant to be. These cards at times are just a message for direction in particular situations, and this is going to be I feel like about I know I'm doing a lot, guys, but gotta catch my mind here. About someone going through some kind of a trial, some kind of a tribulation, some kind of a struggle that they, you know, an inner struggle. That's a lot of times what I feel with those cards. We are going to take Wisdom of the Oracle for your oracles, Gemini. With this, the child I was meant to be, I feel like too many of you have stepped away from the person that you really are. You've become something that you're not used to. You didn't realize it along the way, but at some point, and I've done this myself, at some point you just like, wow, that was unlike me whatsoever. I would have, when I was younger, I would have never dreamt of this happening this way, or me allowing, I feel like allowing this in my life. You have Yin, the number 2. It's in the reverse, so it's a protection message. I feel like somebody's really had a moment now, or will have a moment that I feel more like that has really happened already. This may be something that you're going through right now. You have Imagine in the reverse as well, another protection message. Like a moment of like, wow, did I really allow this to enter my life? What has happened? How did I get here? That's what it feels like to me. Although a few of you may be going through something like that, I feel like there's, this is really talking of a real small few that have these moments that that bring you back to balance, or helps you. You don't get back to balance with it, but it helps you to see that you're off your path, that you're not even the person you once were, but you can be. Sometimes something dark may have happened, or you allowed dark forces in, or you would not allowing dark forces, I don't want to say it like that because it sounds evil, but allowing negativity in, that's what I want to say. And we have peace, and it is also in the reverse protection message. Okay, I am going to just take a sip of my coffee, sorry. These are very early mornings sometimes, or late. Someone has been through a very rocky relationship. This could be about a significant other. I think for the most part it is. This is what I'm feeling. You felt like they were the yin to your yang. You felt like they were the opposite that attracted. You know, I feel like opposites attract. You thought that they were twin flame. You thought that they were everything, your soulmate. You thought that this person was your, you couldn't do without them. Like they, and I'm looking at this like you could have never imagined things that turn out the way they have between you and that person. And this could be a friendship. This could be a very close family member that you never imagined that you'd have a falling out, or that it would get to I feel like as bad as it did. I'm not sure. It just feels like an energy of argumentation, of just not seeing eye to eye anymore. And it feels like it's a total turnaround from what it was with this in the upside down here. Something that you could not have imagined would happen. And you have peace also in the reverse here. And I feel like saying in the upside down. In the upside down. Struggling to find peace in your situation. There may have been an ending to a relationship that you didn't find closure with, and that might be with this piece, like right here, not getting the peace that you need. Something may have happened to that person, or maybe they just left the situation. It ended terribly, I feel. Whatever this was, you didn't get closure in it because it ended abruptly. It ended, and that could have been because you lost them, or because you just parted ways and you couldn't find a happy medium to stay near each other. Let's read from the book on these so we can get a better picture, clearer picture, maybe a different picture. We have a number 2. Yin. Essential meanings. The feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. In your protection message, do you have trouble receiving? You stop the flow of abundance when you continually insist upon being the giver. You can't always lead, always give, always teach. You must be the student, the open vessel, and the one who receives the gift, gesture, or offer in equal measure. Open up and let love, life, abundance, and spirit fill you. Without demand or expectation, receive the bounty that is yours. Someone gave up a lot here within that situation, or within a situation. You gave up parts of you. That's where I feel like this closure came. You may have put 120% into a relationship of some sort, and it ended, and they never gave you your energy back. They never. I always say this about be careful giving out your energy and not taking it back, not receiving the equal amounts back, because you end up less of yourself, and they take pieces of you with them if it ends. And I feel like this may be the case here. You have Imagine, number 20. Also a protection message. Imagine, essential meanings, turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity, illusions. Your protection message, illusions and wishful thinking, rooted in a sense of lack, have entered your life. Now may be the time to see things as they truly are, and not as you hoped or imagined they would be. Release any fear. Then envision anew. Perhaps you are anticipating that something fearful might happen, and recreating that image of disaster over and over in your mind. The universe responds to such projection. So be aware of this catastrophizing. No matter what, illusions and awfulizing are a misuse of imagination. Clear the inner slate and stay grounded. Stay real. Only then can you truly have what you desire. Wow. Negative begets negative. I say this often enough. For those of you who haven't been here, those of you who have been here, you know this. Feeling negative about situations pulls more negative in. I mean, you're gonna, feel bad when bad things happen. All right, this happens, but you got to try to pull yourself out of that, because the longer you stay, that's why people get into these depressive modes where it goes on for months. You can't even barely function. I've been there. I know. And I know also that, let's see what came from this. What good can come from this? And even if you can't think of anything, you think, well, you know what? They weren't meant to stay. They weren't meant to be here. I was meant to learn something from that person. They weren't meant to stay forever. And that's where I let it go. I know it's hard to do, but sometimes that's what you got to do. And let me see, the number 23. Peace. Essential meanings: freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. Your protection message: now is a time for calmness and well-being in spite of temporary conditions. Even if there are dissonant notes in the music of your life, all that means is that you must go within and fine-tune the extraordinary instrument that you are. Find harmony within yourself, and don't look to the outer world to provide certainty. This too shall pass, and once again your life will be filled with beautiful music. I feel like this is telling of someone else coming in here. If it was a relationship that ended after you put in all of your time, effort, your positive energy went into this and never got it back, so there's a lot of negative left behind, a lot of things that you had to look back on, like, because you didn't get closure. I feel like no closure. I feel like there's somebody new coming in here. This may be a new friend. This may be a new lover. This may be it feels like this doesn't have to be recent either. I feel like some of you have been even if you left a relationship without closure and you've entered other relationships since then, I feel like you won't give that money. I almost said money. That's weird. I almost said money. You won't, that's weird. You won't give you won't put in as much effort. You won't put in as much of your positive energy because you don't have enough to give because you gave it all to someone else and they still have it. And take it as it resonates. I'm not talking to those of you that found peace, and I feel like that's what this is about, is finding your inner peace. Find yourself in all of this mess. Find yourself again. And I feel like someone will come in here to help you with that, whether it be a friend or someone to guide you. You have the number 8, the child I was meant to be. An instant of clarity is the light I needed. To go forward is to go backward, as hope heals the wounds of the past. There is little darkness in this card. It is a card of connection with ourselves. So many times it feels like a dream. It's fleeting, uncertain, and yet clear. The moment you close your hand to grasp it, it turns into airy light and disappears. But it remains as a lingering smell and a peripheral feeling of light and peaches and blossoms. It is faith, it is hope, it is a warm stride in the sunshine. It is a smile at the other side of the the other side of the forest of smoke and mirrors. We can be whole again. We can be pure again. We can be happy again. No matter what we did, we can. Just know this is a gift of light among the cruel darkness. It brings no road, sometimes no solace, but it can become a seed of hope, a wind of change, a place for safety in the storm. Even if it's gone, it was definitely here. I feel like someone had a major loss. I feel like this. I said that this feels like one person, but now I'm kind of leaning the other way. Like it almost ties into what I was feeling off of these cards as well. A loss of some sort, whether it's been a death of someone close, and you had no closure. I just feel like whatever it was, you had no closure. It could have been a relationship, a friendship, something ended here, and there was no closure, and you're still trying to work your way through it. All right. Let's get into the body of your read here, Gemini. I just feel like someone lost their self within something that has happened. And you've to the point of coming out of it now, no matter how bad it was. We have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse here. The Four of Pentacles is energy, I feel, of hoarding. This could be, in a money reading, I would say hoarding money, saving for something. It could be about saving something. This could be saving your feelings, not trying to put them out there any longer, waiting for that right person. But the problem is you're never sure. Because if the right person, you thought the last person was the right person, and then it didn't turn out that it was them, that they were your true, connection. It feels like you're trying to wait till everything lines up. Your head, your heart, and being grounded at the same time. And the problem is when we fall in love, or we have a new best friend, say, it's like we get lifted off the ground. So you can't keep your feet down on these coins. You just can't, because you get lifted up, especially like in a love relationship. It's like you get elevated. And there's a time, especially in the beginning of new relationships, that you are not grounded. You just you go on the feeling, and you don't mean to, but you do. And you always say you're not going to do it again. You're not going to do it this time. You're not going to do it the next time. But we still do it, don't we? Because you can't help it. It's the feeling that you get. That airy, light, wonderful, happy feeling when you fall in love. When there's passion involved, especially. Or even new friendships. You have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. I feel like emotions coming over you. And it might have to do with this closure. It might have to do with what you couldn't seal off the end or tie off the end. It's like when you lose the bread tie. You end up having to tie a knot in it. And then it's hard to get out of that knot. And things can still get in. Air can still get in to dry the bread, right? That's what it feels like losing the bread tie, having to tie the knot in it, and then the bread ends up going bad anyway. So be very mindful of that. Try to find, I know sometimes there's no way to get the closure, but I feel like if you ask Spirit for help, if you ask for guidance, if you ask for signs of things, you may even get a visit. I feel like you'd get a visit. That's just, I don't always feel that way, but that's what it feels like. You have Temperance. Have patience with yourself in situations. Slow down. I feel like you need to, especially if a new person's coming in. I think that this is going to be a high passionate time for some of you coming in here. And then it may feel like they fix whatever was wrong, but really it's just covering it up. It's like throwing a blanket over a holy sheet, a nice new blanket over a holy sheets. When you pull it back, you're going to find it, you're still going to find the holes. You have the Two of Wands here. So I think you need to slow down. I feel like this is, if you talk to your guides, if you try to talk to your guides, I feel like there's going to be definitely signs that it's always, I want to say signs that are right out in the open. You got to learn what sign, they always are subtle, but some are more out in the open than others. So you gotta learn to look for those if you don't know already. I find them everywhere. You have the Two of Wands here. Looking back, I feel like you're emotional, looking back on whatever this is that happened, whatever it is that you're carrying with you, the closure you didn't get. So what if you never get it? I feel like saying maybe you can never talk to this person again, or maybe you won't talk to this person for a very long time. I feel like you're going to keep on giving that energy away to that situation. If it's over, it's over. You have to let it go. You have the Knight of Wands here. You got quite a few wands here. You might be dealing with a fire sign. fire energy here. I feel like don't overlook the good things, some good things you may have in your life or good relationships. This knight is up here with his sleeve on fire. His armor, should I say? His armor is on fire, and it feels like just going about his business, like he doesn't even know. He does look sad in his face, though. This is it hinders your growth. I feel it hinders your growth. You not realizing that you're still hurt, trying to pass yourself off as healed from a situation when in reality you are not. You have the Knight of Swords as well. It seems so. It's in the reverse, but this is about stop beating yourself up. I feel this is a communicate with spirit, communicate with yourself. Don't deny that may you ignoring the signs. This goes back to this ignoring the signs, and this being in the reverse. Swords are about communication. I feel like it's landing on the Temperance and this this Knight of Wands that isn't seeing himself on fire, his armor on fire. It's not seeing signs that are laid before you. That you, I feel like saying they're gonna keep showing them to you until you figure it out. You have the Tower in the reverse. I feel like you need to look back with this Two of Wands, this Tower on the Two of Wands. Look back, and this right here as well. You have the Knight of Wands. You're looking at what happened, and yet you're not seeing yourself on fire. You're not seeing that that is the reason you are on fire. That's the reason why you are burning. And you have the Tower in the reverse. I feel like it was something that had to happen. I feel like this already happened. This may have been this relationship, whatever it was that you had with this person that you didn't get the closure on. It feels like you're not understanding that was a tower. It was taken away. It was taken away abruptly because you wanted something better. You wanted if it was a bad relationship, arguments and could have even been cheating or whatever. You didn't. Maybe you didn't. I don't think you knew whether there was cheating. I feel like maybe you thought there was, and there was lots of arguments over it. It wasn't right for you. You weren't happy in it, so the universe took it away from you because it wasn't something that was good for your soul, good for your spirit, and you asked for something better, and in asking for something better, you don't always get what you want. You can't make that person better. You can't make that person change. Some people will change if they're only going to change if they want to. If they didn't want to change to be what you wanted, they had to leave. And this is where this Tower came in. I feel like it's in the reverse because you didn't, instead of seeing it as something good so that you could move on to find a new love, and you are ignoring the fact that this tower was placed in your path for a reason. It's to take something away and replenish it with something better, and this may be you not understanding that and having your mind so set on whatever happened in the past or with this other person that you can't find your true new love. You have a Fool. This is a card of moving on. Got his knapsack on his shoulder. About to drop off, more like leap off of a cliff, so that the cliff of unknown, to find what it is that you are looking for. The sun's shining. The sun's shining on it. I feel like the warmth of the sun on your back. That's what this feels like here. We have the Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck, overshadowing the read. This Five of Swords, I feel, is you treating yourself like garbage, running yourself into the ground, not being that person that you once were. I feel like some of you are worried about wanting to get back at that person, not being able to, and that's where this closure comes in. You're like, they did things to you. They've moved on, and you may be looking at them like, how could you? How could you do this to me? And I'm still sitting here crumbled. But it had to happen. you weren't good for each other. They went on and found their other person that they were expected to be with, or that they needed to be with, to make them a better person. You need to do the same. Wow. Okay. We are going to pull some cards for clarity here, Gemini. Oh. We have the Knight of... No, sorry. The King of Swords. And which is lands on the Knight of Swords. The Knight... I always say this. The Knight protects the King. I feel like this is you, Gemini. This is you. You used to be someone who told it like it was, spoke their mind, and didn't harbor or stay in a spot too long. But I feel like this is where this Four of Pentacles coming in. You're trying to hold on to something that wasn't real or wasn't true. It may have been real, but it wasn't true. True love, like you thought it was. Sometimes our heart tricks us, doesn't it? And it feels like the protection that this Knight is trying to give this King is the universe trying to protect you, trying to help you to move on and see things clearer. Be mindful of that. Get back to yourself. Get back to your true self. Talk to yourself with real words, I feel like saying. Real words. Real intention behind it. You have the Ten of Pentacles here. It's in the reverse. Needing to, things being disrupted. I think you had a lot of things you had to come back from when you broke up with this person, or when you separated from this person or situation. I feel like you lost your place. You lost money. You lost time. Things you can't get back. They may have been using you for money. They may have been using you for sex. They may have been using you for just stability, leaning on you, and yet they were putting their affections and emotions and efforts into someone else at the same time, maybe several. That's not everybody now. Take it as it resonates. Don't think that maybe someone, because maybe you thought somebody did something, and even if they didn't, don't take my words and think that that is saying, yeah, they definitely did, because that's not the case. Because things can change. Things can be different. This is individually. You have to take it as, like I say, as it resonates for you. You have the Queen of Cups here. Learning to love yourself again. Getting back to being able to love another. Letting that old stuff go. Finding your peace with it and moving on. Know that there's something better for you. Someone who, I think some of you may already be with your person as well. You have the Chariot here. That's a powerfully positive card here. I feel like you, things aren't going to be, I feel like saying things aren't going to, you're not going to be able to have a clear path. You just don't. With anything in life, we don't have a clear path. We want to. It's nice to have it so you know your footing, but you have to sometimes go into that unknown willingly and to find your truth and find happiness, love. This Chariot, I feel like, is positive, moving in the positive direction. It feels like moving towards love and having love and being able to accept it as well. Somebody beats themselves up. Every time they feel a little good, you find a reason to feel sad. I don't think you mean it. I don't think you mean or maybe you don't even know you're doing this. If you are someone who, every time something good happens, something bad happens right after. Or you feel bad about something. Maybe, and I'm talking of you. Think about why it always goes bad. It's so hard for me to accept good things because, or positive energy, because something negative always follows. Maybe it's you trying to find the negative, making things more negative than what they are in your mind because you don't believe you deserve good. And you have the Eight of Cups here in the reverse. The Eight of Cups is an energy of leaving things behind that no longer serve you. Taking a new path, walking walking a different beat. It is in the reverse. I feel like that can be someone coming back in. This new person may not be a new person. This may be this person I'm feeling like coming in here. I keep looking at the peace card with this. I feel like someone's going to bring peace to your situation. Or maybe they already are there and you need to allow them to bring their peace. You need to allow them to bring you back down and ground you. I feel like there may be resistance to it. Someone, it may not be a certain someone coming back in, it may just be the feeling, and that may be what the problem is. If you feel the same way you did when this other person, it didn't work out, you may in your subconscious may put up those barriers and those boundaries, fighting the emotions that they still overcome you. I feel like going through the motions sometimes. You are putting yourself like you're going through the motions within relationships because you don't feel like they're real, even though they are. So you need to open your eyes up to that. Look for the signs. I feel like there's signs been laid along your way here, and you may be overlooking them. I feel like they keep on sending them to you. I don't know what it is. It could be a set of numbers. It could be I feel like seeing a red cardinal outside your window. Maybe you keep seeing it in your yard. If you have a bird feeder, of course they're going to come anyway because they're birds. But I feel like there's a particular one, you know him or her compared to the others. You're like, oh, they're always here almost every day. That may be your sign. That may be your sign coming in here. And if you are going through this because of someone passing away, that may be them coming to see you and tell you everything is okay and help you find your peace within the situation. All right, I am going to pull a grace card or two before I close your reading, Gemini. We have patience, yet again. Patience. Trust in divine timing. Your future holds something far greater than your past. I'm going to put this, I feel like I'm going to put this right here. Your future holds something far greater than your past. Let that old stuff go. If you've been asking for a change, asking for positive movement in your life, you may be blocking it yourself, so be mindful of that. Putting up a mental block so you don't allow yourself, even when something is good and should feel good, the second it does, is you immediately make it follow with something negative. And you got listen on the top of this deck over here. Listen for your signs. Receive. When we open ourselves up to others, we open ourselves up to the abundance of the universe. I feel like some of you are already in new relationships, or in a relationship that could be beautiful, and it may be divine, but you can't see it for this old